Hey guys, Peter James here. I hope everyone is doing well. Really excited to show you this complete piano software presets walkthrough video. It's a lot more than just presets for third-party piano software. It actually includes custom reverbs, my go-to warm pad, sampled from my Prophet 5. Actually, I'll show you what's included in every single piano preset. So it's a warm pad from my Prophet 5 collection on multi-tracks. There's a custom reverb, impulse responses. One of those is a sample from the Hillsong Studio IRs. Pretty self-explanatory. It's a sample of the reverb in the room from a Hillsong studio. So you would have heard that kind of sound from a lot of our more recent recordings, Hillsong Worship, Hillsong United. And I like to put my pianos through that just to give it a bit of air around it and make it sound even more realistic. And then you've got the whole routing that's reminiscent of my Complete Worship Bundle, which is a template that I use live at Hillsong Church. So all the routings and everything are set up exactly the same as my Complete Worship Bundle, but I decided to do this so people who use other pianos can also have access to that setup that I use. If you don't know me, I've been involved with Hillsong Worship, Hillsong United for must be like 20 years now, played on a bunch of albums, done a bunch of tours, and really focused on sound designing these days and resourcing musicians in the church with this kind of material so they can get the best out of the software that they have. So let's just dive in. I'm going to do a quick overview of how it's all routed and how it's all set up. And then I'm going to do audio examples for every single one of these pianos. I'm going to have chapters in the YouTube links below, so you can just kind of, or even the bar at the bottom, you can skip across to the specific piano that you want to hear audio demos for. But worth sticking around just for this kind of first overview, showing you how it's all routed and how you can kind of use, I guess, each preset to get the sound that you want to. Okay, so let's jump in and show you what's included in this product quickly so we can get onto these audio examples. We're going to launch with 7 different pianos, 8 lots of presets because Noire Felt and Noire Pure are included in the same instrument. And the plan is to get you guys feedback if you're keen. I'd love to hear what pianos you guys are using in church. Even for myself personally, I'm always intrigued to know what pianos are out there and what everyone's using. I feel like I've tried every piano out there, but maybe I haven't. So I'd love to, get your feedback. Let me know what pianos you guys are using. And this is going to be an ever-evolving list. I'm going to keep adding pianos to this, especially the most popular ones you guys kind of let me know about. So that's the plan. And if you do end up going on to multi-tracks and grabbing the bundle, which includes all of the pianos, you're going to get these additional pianos I'm going to add for free. I'm guessing most people are just going to grab the specific pianos for the software you already own, but there is a option to get the bundle as well. Okay, so let's jump in and show you just one of these and kind of what's included. So you'll get the template that you see behind you. It comes empty, but you can just drag in all the different presets that you want. There's quite a lot of presets, so it made sense to keep the template empty to start with. In the patch list, there's Logic and Mainstage patches. There's native and pro versions. I wanted to give you the option of both. The native ones obviously don't require any third-party plugins, and the pro do, but there is only like 1 or 2 plugins that you need, depending on which piano you grab. For example, this is a free plugin. You don't need to spend any more money on it, so you might as well grab that one. These are the Waves CLA compressors, which are usually pretty cheap. If you do want to use the pro versions, they're kind of there as a bonus, and those are the ones that I use live at Hillsong Church when I'm using these pianos. So I want to give you what I use as a bonus. So within the patches, there's piano only, meaning a single channel strip just with a piano. And then there's versions which come with a piano, pad, reverbs, etc. Just to make it a little bit easier for you guys. For example, if you're a Complete Worship Bundle user, you just want to drag one of these pianos in, route it out low pass filter 1, then make use of all the pads, reverbs, delays, etc. in the Complete Worship Bundle. You can do that. Alternatively, you can have more of a complete piano sound, and it just loads in by just dragging a single patch, which I'll do now. And you can see here it's just loaded in the piano, the pads, all the routings with different buses, etc. It's a no-brainer. You don't have to know anything about Mainstage or how to set up reverbs and buses and all that kind of stuff. You just drag your patch in and start playing. That's the way that I've set it up. Okay, so I've just dragged in all the piano, pad, reverb, full versions for the Concert Grand YF3. Let's talk through the layout and how this all works practically. This is identical for all the pianos. So we've got a low pass filter, which you can make the piano brighter or more mellow with. We've got a warm pad that you can add to the piano. It's very subtle, but it's enough to just bring the warmth and kind of glue to your piano sound. And you can make it brighter and louder if you want, by just doing this. But I wanted to give you something that works perfectly with your pianos and isn't too intrusive. So that's the warm pad. It's a sample of my Prophet 5 analog keyboard. Then we've got EQ options. This one's only subtle, but it's just taking a little bit of the harshness out of the top mids and making it a little bit mellower. You can add more compression if you're wanting to have the compression really dig in and give you kind of that pop sound. It's great for octave stuff if you're doing young and free songs or anything that you want to be smashed a bit harder with compression. We've got the octave button, which gives you an octave above. If you don't want to play it with your hand, you can just push a button and it adds an octave above. We've got the room, which is the Hillsong Studio impulse response. So I'll turn that off. Now it sounds like it's kind of recorded in the Hillsong Studio. So it makes it sound really authentic and really natural sounding, so you can dial in as much or as little as you want. Also included is a really nice kind of ambient, atmospheric reverb, so I'll show you that. So I love using that, and I've set it up in a way that you can just push the fader up and play a couple of notes and they ring out even though you've brought the slider back down. You don't have to put the reverb on everything. You can just put it on a couple of notes or a chord and then go back to it being a little bit more dry and intimate. I'll show you that again and show you what I mean. So you can really play the reverb slider like an instrument and just bring it in and out depending on where you want it. That's how I've set it up in my complete worship bundle. That's how I use it live at Hillsong Church. So I want to do the same for all these pianos and set it up the same way. In addition, we've got like just your master bus, master volume. We've got tap tempo if you want to tap something in. If you want to add more sounds that are tempo syncable, you can do that. So that's the basic layout for all the pianos. So the other thing that I've done is I've sent the piano to this reverb before the piano low pass filter. In practical terms, what that means is you can still get this really bright, shimmery reverb without the main piano coming through. So I'll quickly show you that, and you can use it as an ambient pad as well, which is really cool. Okay, so let's move on and show you the different presets for this piano. I'll just quickly go through them. All the audio examples are on multitracks if you do want to hear them individually, because there's kind of an infinite amount of kind of tones you can get by just moving sliders and knobs and everything and reverb. So I've created a bunch of presets, but you can create more. So yeah, let's go through these presets. If you add a little bit of reverb to it, you can create that kind of young and free, highly compressed, low pass filter sweep thing that you hear on a lot of albums. Okay, so what I've got loaded in here is the Gran Concerto 278 from IK Multimedia. It's a Fazioli, and it lends itself really well to playing fast, whether that's gospel, jazz, or MC moments. That's where I use it a lot, where I want something that is very responsive and you can play really fast passages on it. So I'll quickly show you this piano, go through all the presets, but that's how I usually use it for something that requires a bit more responsiveness than some of the other pianos might offer. Just smash through those quite literally, but I hope you get a vibe of kind of what this piano is really good for. Okay, so this next piano is from Fracture Sounds. It's their Homestead upright piano. I love it. It's a vibe piano, so it's not suitable for kind of every situation, but it's got so much soul and character to it. It's actually got twice as many presets as the other one because there's this tone timbre shift thing that it's got set up inside Contact, which kind of stretches the samples, makes them more mellow, without getting into the big, technical explanation. It's basically sounds a lot bigger and fuller and a lot more bottom end in the piano. So I thought I'd do both versions, the natural sounding upright and then the kind of more mellow version. I'll start with the mellow version because I love this for a vibe character piano. They've also got additional ambiances, so that's an additional thing that this piano offers you. I absolutely love the vibe that this piano gives, especially with the extra ambiances that it offers. I'll go to the default natural sounding piano and kind of show you the difference between that and the tone shift version. So there we go. I'll quickly go through the other ones, but like you've heard in the other examples, you can create a bunch of different tones just from tweaking a single preset, but I will go through just quickly and show you all of them from top to bottom. We'll start with the natural sounding ones and then we'll get down to the tone timbre shift ones down the bottom. So there we go. So yeah, I love this piano. So much character in it. Definitely one to check out if you haven't already. Okay, so here we have the Noire Felt presets from Native Instruments Noire. They obviously have a Felt version and a natural version. So I'll show you the Felt version first. I use this a lot. I've used it on a lot of the Hillsong instrumental stuff, Sela instrumentals, which you may or may not heard. They're on all streaming platforms, all that kind of thing. But I love it for, the softer side of a piano. It's still relatively clean, not like the Homestead where there's a lot more character in it. This is a lot closer to a traditional piano, but it's felt. It's a felt grand, basically. So let's go through these presets. So that's a quick walkthrough of those presets. If you want to hear more thought out kind of versions, go to Multitracks, check out the audio examples for this one. But the real value in this is the fact that you can create a bunch of different sounds just from a single preset. You can go from the extremes of bright and compressed all the way down to ambient shimmer, pad vibes just from a single preset. So yeah, let's go on to the next bunch of presets. Okay, so what I've got loaded in now is Native Instruments Noire Pure. So let's go through these audio examples. Just a quick audio example of those presets there. Like I said before, I've got other audio examples on Multitracks if you want to hear these better thought out kind of piano demos. And like I've said just before, the real value is in the ability to craft your sound on the fly with these knobs and sliders and bring in and out reverbs and making it mellow and brighter and compressed and all that kind of thing. You don't have to change presets to get a different sound. Okay, so the presets I've got loaded in are for Embertone's Walker D piano. It's a Steinway sample. So let's jump in and show you what it sounds like. Again, just a quick walkthrough of those. Got more audio examples on multi-tracks, but a really nice Steinway sample from Edbertone there. Okay, so I've got the presets loaded for this Keyscape Wing upright. It's a really nice vintage upright. Heaps of character, but still really usable. So yeah, let's go through these examples. Okay, so to finish off these demos, I've got the Wing Tack piano from Keyscape loaded in here. Really cool upright piano with tacks in it, so really cuts through if that's the kind of vibe that you want. Okay, so that sums up the walkthrough video for the current pianos that I have in this bundle. But like I said before, I'm really interested to know what pianos you guys are using so I can find out the most popular ones that are being used and add them to this bundle. That would be amazing if you could let me know on social media or in the YouTube comments, etc. Like I've said before, there's more audio demos and videos on the product page if you want to check out the product even further. But yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you guys later.